I'm not at my computer yet, but I can still hear you.
That's good. That's like 90% of it.
Yeah.
So, where we left off, y'all had some fun adventures. Team Big Tree went and found the big tree.
We sure did.
With the help of the small tree, an angry elf. Well, sorry, 2 angry elves. And
3.5
some former
angry
associates
elves.
you guys met at a funny little party. But you guys managed to track down the individual leading the invasion of the Elven lands through Silver Order forces. After a fun little trek through the forest that lasted about a day and a half, you only had to climb up like 1,000 or so feet up a tree in a torrential downpour. It was fine. Y'all had a good time.
Fine.
And then you turned them into pulp, and then you met a new friend. We'll call him an associate.
Sure.
The funny little god of transmutation and alchemy.
Still Wolf's Heart.
Oh my gosh. He's made of
Kapak likes
boyfriend
him.
material.
Made of something.
No, now he's made of bark.
Boyfriend.
Not
material.
anymore. He kind of popped.
What the fuck?
Um.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Nope. You asked the question.
No.
Kapak gave him the wand
God
of
damn it.
bark after somebody asked, "How much bark do you think you can put into somebody before they exploded?" And he went,
Oh,
"That's a good question."
Kapak asked that trying to scare to death someone.
That's what it was. And then, God bless his little heart, the man did it. So y'all left, didn't kill him. Not really sure if you can kill Theodorus, seeing as Phelan gave it his all for like a solid minute, and Theodorus seemed fine. So
They were having a good time.
yeah, they were having a great time. We'll see if that becomes a problem later, but he's still alive. But from the updates you have been getting from Phelan, it sounds like the Elfin Lands invasion has kind of stumbled a bit and allowed the skirmishing forces of the elves to start picking them off as they are wont to do, and slowly making headway in restoring order to the south. The other squad went to a funny little church. And by church, I basically mean a fortified castle that has the symbol of Argeth on it. And you ran into an old associate, somebody dressed up in silver armor and carrying a banner. And he was asked if he wanted to join. He's like, "That sounds cool. Unfortunately, I'd have to give my 2 weeks notice, and if I give my 2 weeks notice, he's probably going to kill all these guys, so no can do, buckaroo." And then he got really sad, and you guys hit each other for a bit. And then you went into the church where you thought you might find something, and kept hitting each other for a bit. And then somebody was a sneaky boy at some point and gave an item to Lana. And as things are starting to look grim, you guys retreated. Unable to find any way to breach the innermost depths of the sanctuary. But luckily, it seems like through the... we won't call it friendship, but the acquaintance that you've made, they parted with an item that seems to have restored Argeth at least partially back to the state she previously was. So as of this session, all of you now have the ability to remember Argeth. She is no longer lost to you the second that she leaves your vicinity.
Yay!
So, both missions were a success as far as what they accomplished to do. It looks like there are still, both the gods that you encountered are still out there. doing their jobs. How much of a long-term threat they are to you remains to be seen, but for the time being, it looks like you've done about all you can do in each of those respective areas. So, for the time being, those missions are going to be crossed off the board. So, with that, we are left with 7. Now, I believe that we have already had the other 4 picked. And based on the allocations, the chart I posted on the 18th of May should still be accurate, and Redeemer's voting, if you want to look at that. So just to think on while we go through the weeks, our options are doing the mission to chase down, excuse me, oh god, my fucking throat, Nixie, and the mission to protect the Shrine of Kiro. And the other option pair would be going to see what the fuck Badar wants and going to investigate the Shrine of the Architect that is currently being used as a massive forge for the Silver Order and potentially dimming out the flame within Theoden's and Mika's hammers. So we have 2 options. We can either do the planning stuff now, or we can do everybody's week first, and then get to planning afterwards if people want a little time to think about it before we go into discussions.
I vote for 2.
What?
I vote for the latter.
All right.
Good. I'm good with either way.
Same.
Same. I dissociated, so I'm fine with either.
I win.
All right. If that is the case, we will do everybody's weeks first, and then we can have discussions. All right. So, once everything has settled down, you guys are allocated the supplies that you guys were able to recover from the various raids and trading operations of your allies. And that means I wait for the page to load to confirm the number, but you guys are getting a lot of fucking gold.
Oh, jeez.
A metric shit ton.
Probably around 7,500. I'm confirming that number.
Excuse me?
Rather
Yeah.
large chunk.
That's about right.
Yes, 7,500 gold pieces to each of you.
Good God.
Good lord.
I just spent money. Now what am I gonna do?
Wow.
Spend more of it.
7,500.
I'm capped on invested items. I don't know what else I can do anymore.
You can burn the old invested items and get new ones.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with my keyboard?
7,500.
Goodbye, Scroll of Implosion I never actually got to use.
Sorry, buddy.
For some reason it won't let me add coins. Or like it's only letting me do like certain numbers in there. That's kind of weird.
Are you using the add coins button?
Yeah. I click on it like, let's see here, what numbers actually work. Like I can type zeros in there, but I can't type any other numbers from anywhere else on my keyboard. It's like not responding. It is so weird.
Do you have like numlock on or something?
I'm using my main keyboard thing, not the number pad. It's just weird. It's okay. I'll probably find a way to spend it momentarily anyway. So just fucking weird.
I'll add it for you then real quick.
Thank you.
Nethys be suffering.
Yeah, thank
It
Oh
is a
yeah,
Friday
Nethys is
night.
shitting its fucking pants right now.
Okay, that would explain a couple of things. It's like, what the fuck?
It's the first Friday after the 2 new classes and all the expansion
Oh.
stuff was released.
True,
Ah,
true.
gotcha. Because, yeah, my keys are behaving just fine in another application, so.
Quality problem to have, right?
Huh?
To be fair, psychic and thaumaturge look legit.
They
Yeah.
Be right
Yeah.
back, retraining into a psychic.
I made the joke to Matt that I want to retrain Lana into a summoner because I don't know,
A
it'd
summoner?
be funny. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny to just to pick that one arbitrarily.
Sam?
Yeah. No, Sarah's gonna be her Eidolon now.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
That's reducing their personhood a little bit.
It's okay, they
Sam, stop it.
consented.
Now they have cat ears. It's fine. But yeah, Psychic is essentially what if we gave Warlock 2/3 of a normal spellcaster's spell list, and then Thaumaturge is fuck it and just started throwing darts at a dartboard and see what they stuck with.
Would you? Do you
If
have a
anybody's
weakness?
ever seen that, seen the Mummy, that scene with that one guy that pulls out 400 holy symbols,
Oh, I love that.
that is
Oh.
literally a move Thaumaturge can do.
That man is
Wow.
hilarious.
They're very powerful. Oddly, for a class named Thaumaturge, not a spellcaster.
Huh.
They're basically very angry Van Helsing.
Oh, God.
They're anywhere between Van Helsing and some guy that spends too much time reading about like fanfics. Like, yeah, I heard somewhere that werewolves are like allergic to ground pepper.
Me! I read a lot of fanfic.
Yeah, you're like a thaumaturge.
So fuck yeah. Except most of my fanfic reading is not related to combat.
Yeah, thaumaturge.
That you're
If it's
aware of.
combat,
Oof.
of
I was gonna
course.
say.
Combat adjacent, I suppose.
Yeah,
What?
is this? We leveled up, so we gotta do the item thingy, right?
Yes. Be
Oh.
aware, you have a collective as a party. Excuse me. 3 level 18 and 3 level 19 items.
Oh
I
god, it's
just
time
want
to
a
do that
level
again.
18. Goodbye, I'm taking a baby one and running.
Valid.
I don't have my Apex item yet, so.
I mean,
Is-
shit. If there's a
Yeah.
19 open, I'll take my fucking major striking rune. Why not?
Nethys is being so slow. I don't even know what runes I would go for. So I will give
Same.
up the 19 to somebody else. 'Cause I don't know if I would even use it.
18s are to get your armor to +3. 19s are to get your final weapon damage dice if you're going for runes.
I might steal an 18 because I think I need to do that for my armor.
Same. Armor
Yeah.
potency 3. Yeah.
I'll swipe an 18.
Oh, my
Alright.
armor is still +2. That's funny.
So all the 18s are spoken for.
Yep.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Have fun!
Oh, drat! You guys are
Yeah.
stuck with the 19s.
Well,
Oh shoot.
That's armor
Time to
potency
pick up
plus
my-
3, right?
Yes.
How much does that cost again? Looks like 20k plus some change. Or
For
no.
what?
Armor potency 3 rune.
It's free.
It's free.
Oh right, because
It's the free item one.
Oh no.
Mika will be doing that.
I am behind on putting runes on my armor.
Oh no.
I mean, there's not like super many like amazing armor runes, so.
I mean, but it's better than nothing,
When you're
Yeah.
which is what's currently there.
max
True.
invested items.
I am also at max invested items.
I have 6 out of 10.
Oh
Right.
right.
I actually had
That's
to
different.
unequip one
Jesus.
recently.
Huh.
Reese has always been really close to max this whole campaign.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mika definitely has room to fit in a Apex item at some point. Because Apex items give you a +2 and a stat of your choice.
Okay.
Or takes it to 18, which is why Tomas jumped from 14 to 18 Constitution.
I think I remember looking at that last session
Kinda like
and
that.
couldn't figure out any of my stats that would be useful
I
for.
think you and I were
Always
both
nice.
talking about Ember Heart, which is the Constitution.
Yeah, that one. I'm
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
15
yeah.
in con already, so.
It would
You
put
okay there,
on-
buddy?
No, I literally woke up like 20 minutes before session.
Ah.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
I would like my striking mage.
What?
What?
Yeah.
All-
Who was surprised? Everyone, great.
Shark's
All-
Pikachu face.
three of the most violent punchers in the party got their major striking runes.
I
on the characters.
imagine Wolf, Lana, and Reebs skipping over to Avi with like Reebs like dangling above the ground between Lana and Wolf as they're hand in hand, skipping over and being like, three major striking runes, please.
We have our
Wolf.
vouchers.
Wolf will
Oh my
twirl
gosh.
around with Reebs.
Why do I not have an anti-magic rune in my armor? The fuck?
Meanwhile, Tomas gets a an item that heals and an emanation around him, and he's walking away cackling because he's never anywhere near the party.
Huh?
Yeah, basically.
Uh-huh.
I have added
Yeah.
it to all 3 of your versions of your weapon, Wolf.
Oh no.
Oh god, you do 4d12 damage now. Oh Christ.
Sir,
But for how
well-
long?
let's have some fun, huh?
Roughly
With
3
every swing,
missions.
But my ankle still hurts.
Yikes.
Well, you weren't kidding with the anti-magic rune, were you?
Wait,
Eh?
those are all half rolls with the small rolls.
Oh,
instead
that
of
it's good?
much.
That is a thing.
Yeah, it's good. Did you see what it did?
I did actually. Yeah, looks.
You
really
can
nice.
cast Dispel Magic with it.
What were you saying, Wolf?
Oh no, I was just looking at my roll.
Roll a crit for me. Make me cry.
Go, 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 go. Jeez.
How high can this get?
Roll it with overwhelming blow and power attack.
Oh god.
I'm scared.
Haha.
Yeah.
No.
That's not even a particularly high power attack. Roll it again.
Does that make your butt clench a little bit, Matt?
Hmm.
I want to see how high this thing goes.
Mm.
Hey, 140.
Good job.
It's like, no, I have to hold back, Wolf. I have to keep the power contained.
Alright.
There we go. Every so often, I look at like mobs that are like level 12, and I'm like, they have like 200 HP. That's still a threat. And then I remember that you guys are basically gonna auto crit them down with 2 swings.
Not me.
That's a lot of dice sound effect.
That's silly.
I kind of want to see. I want to turn on Keystrike and see how big mine are right now, just for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Keystrike at? I don't see it in my
It's
toggle
spell
anymore.
list.
Right.
It's gonna do it.
So I add it.
Yes, anti-magic is a good one.
Okay. I can just
Anti-magic
do-
is really nice. I like it.
Anyway, to take away was that 6,500
Okay.
is what it says.
That's something.
What is this greater fortification rune? Hello?
If you add Keystrike to yourself, it should auto-apply it to your damage. See the spell effect Keystrike if you drag it onto your character.
Spell effect Keystrike. Where's the?
It's in the thing that you posted in the chat.
Oh, okay, I see. Right. And then we go. Okay. Then we go force. Oh, cute. And then.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
There we go.
Bro. Nah, the fortification rune's not worth it. Never mind.
You can't wear Fortification Rune anyway. It's heavy armor only.
Oh, good. Because fuck that thing.
Sad.
Did you just say
Oh,
sad?
that.
No, my damage compared to Wolf's like, okay, Wolf has now doubles my damage.
Oh yeah,
That
you want
was-
to feel
well-
better?
Yep.
Keep in mind.
He has power attack
Yeah,
on, which
that's
is like
true.
4 extra dice.
Yeah. No,
Do you want to feel better? Here, hold
No, I
on. Do you
know.
want to feel better? Here.
It's
Oh.
That wasn't a crit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do a crit.
Oh.
Yeah.
good job.
Nice.
Fuck off. Fucking non-mages. Get the fuck out of here. Had
Just
enough of your shit.
Literal only mage.
I'm literally the only mage.
Drop
Guys,
weird in chat, okay?
drop weird in chat.
Yeah,
Do we want to talk about how much damage Weird did last session?
a lot.
Like
It
a
was a
couple
lot.
hundred, right?
Yeah, like a couple hundred.
Hold on. Fuck yeah. That's
Except
a low roll.
that's with 120-foot AoE.
Owie.
There we go.
Crowd control.
Uh-huh.
It was
Weekend
60.
has.
I think my last one was 60,
And a
and
lot of people crit failed it.
yeah, and then they failed the next thing and just instantly dropped dead.
Oh dear. Oh,
Yeah,
try
weird
again.
is really good at sweeping ads out of existence.
Yeah, I think I
Die?
did like 500. Yeah, because if they
Damn.
fail the second saving throw,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ouch.
and then like
Yes.
2 or 3 of them were fleeing. Reese was just like, dee 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 dee. This is fine.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, weird is fucking
Nasty.
stupid.
It's so good.
It's like an AoE phantasmal killer.
And even then, you just pick who gets hit by it.
Yeah, it's not a danger AoE.
Nope.
You're a danger.
Like Cataclysm, where you're like,
Damn.
everything dies.
Oh yeah, I
Everything
was gonna
does.
wait to pick my spell because they might have come out with new spells.
They kind of did.
Okay, I'm gonna check real quick. Is that
Good luck.
okay to not finalize my
yeah,
9th
that's
level
fine.
spell? Okay.
Next level, you get your 10th level spell, buddy.
Scree! It's gonna be Wish.
In Legendary. Legendary spellcaster.
Sorry.
And
Medium
Lana
level.
can't roll below a 10 on her first hit.
It's been 84 years.
Closer to 2, but okay, buddy.
What?
Closer to 2, but okay, buddy.
Fuck off.
Or like 3.
Let me meme in peace.
No!
You fucking boomer zoomer.
The
Whoa, whoa,
Umer.
whoa.
Wow.
Oh no, I accept it. I tell my coworkers.
This is
and
getting toxic.
They start saying words, and I'm like, I need you to understand.
Sam
I
is a
don't know
boomer
what you're
zoomer.
talking about.
What the fuck?
One day, Caden's like, "Man, Sam, that was fire." I'm like, "The fuck are you saying to me?"
Got
I
some
know
friends-
that one at least.
Some of my friends that are things like they're in their 30s and they use that.
I.
Great
listen,
fire dope, yo.
Listen.
What the f- Is this a new spell?
Fire and S tier.
No.
Sam, stop gaslighting me. Sam is like
No.
out to get me the past week. Fucking hell. It's brand new. What the fuck?
Submission.
What, bilocation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're like, I am now 2 people.
What the fuck? Whenever you act, you can choose which of yourselves does so. Oh, I already have this.
It makes it so you choose which one of you is the real one every turn.
Oh.
When the spell ends, you choose which one of them is the real you too.
That one's not as useful though, because of my thing.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they added any. That's like the only 9th level occult spell they added, I think.
Yeah, I need to peruse. Do you know if do they ever put out like a list of everything they add, or is it just there for
It's
you to find?
everything, but it's not level limit. It's like not listed level wise. It's just here are all the spells we added, and it's like stinky.
I presume that it's better formatted in the books that they want you to buy.
No.
You'd say that, but Dark Archive is currently
I've heard
being.
it's a fucking mess.
It's a fucking mess. It's like put together like some psychopath's notebook.
Listen.
I mean, they probably did that because it is some psychopath's notebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Vit. They only added 69 spells.
Sam,
Nice.
What?
stop bullying me.
No!
bullshit.
Would I be able to acquire some horseshoes of speed for Maya, but instead of horseshoes, they're little booties?
Yeah.
What do you? Oh,
I'm looking forward to seeing a giant snow cat kicking your feet awkwardly.
Nephis, why are you like that? Because I need to figure out if I want to retrain a spell with my downtime week.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
I know at least 18 of those are psychic cantrips, so good luck, buddy.
Oh.
I think they added a new movement one that's pretty decent
Canticle,
at higher
Star Life,
levels.
Disappearance, Discern Location. Falling Sky, is that new?
You're new.
That sounds new.
Yes.
Hello?
Anything on that list is brand new.
Well, no, I was checking the spell list and comparing real quick. What is this 8th level? Falling Sky. Range 120 feet, area 60 feet tall, 30-foot radius cylinder. Ah,
New equipment, political favor.
Oh god.
extraordinary telekinetic pressure smashes down through the area, battering creatures within it to the ground. All flying creatures in the area descend to the bottom of the spell's area, taking twice as much bludgeoning damage. Ah! Nah, nah, nah.
I think we figured out Mika's downtime week was basically
Okay.
fixing the feats that I had like messed up a little bit before, or had like multiple weird ones in there. So you told me about one, Matt, that I think you had me change up to make my feats make sense again.
Yeah, there was at least one skill feat I know that we had to fix.
Okay, I think
Spirit
that was all
Sun.
her downtime week was refining her skills into less of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, just taking a time to like, I haven't fucking bothered to use this in like 6 months.
Yeah, basically.
Just purging it from your memory.
Basically, yeah.
What the
And then
fuck?
just reorganizing some of your fighter feats.
Obviously, everybody can keep doing it, things. Don't wait on me. This is gonna take me 9 years with Nethys acting the way it is.
Matt, I have
Yes,
another question.
sure.
I didn't add the speed to Maya's speed, and I can't edit the speed. I fixed her athletics checks with her booties, but
Did it not add it to her?
like I put the item in there, but I think because like her character sheet is a person and not a companion.
Oh, do they even have companion cheats nowadays? People. They do not have them yet. Okay. Maya, you said?
Yeah,
What's the bonus speed to it?
+10.
Redeemers, Maya, Ancestry, Cat. What is she currently at?
30.
35?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
I added a modifier to athletics and set it as an item bonus, which is correct. Yes.
The item should tell you what type of bonus it is.
Oh.
Yes, it's an item. It's a item bonus.
Okay.
Um.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
it's
because it
an
doesn't have an actual warrant up. Oh, nope, there it is.
Oh shit. I still didn't change it though, so that's good. Oh, it did. It made her speed 55.
Yeah, if I fixed it.
Okay.
Dude, Summon Eerie is really good.
There we go. That should be right then.
Irie? Eerie?
E-Y-R?
It's IRII.
Oh.
You summon a creature, and if you pick a fate version of it, while someone's within 30 feet of the fate, you and your allies who roll below a 10 on a d20 For an attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check, get a 10 instead.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Okay.
And then the opposite side of that is each enemy within 30-foot emanation must attempt a will saving throw. If a creature fails its save until the end of its next turn, anytime it rolls above a 10 on a d20 for an attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check, it gets a 10 instead.
Oh yeah, that's you burning your turn to be like, all right, everybody, do work.
I mean, seems like
That's a
Yeah.
fucking nice ass buff though. For like, all right, guys, have at 'em.
Yeah, it's they have to be within certain space of the creature though.
Yeah, that's real good about dropping in the middle of your allies though.
Yeah, what's fortune? While within 30 feet of the fortune, you and your allies roll twice and take the higher roll on all damage rolls, perception checks, and saving throws.
ooh,
What was that last?
One turn.
One turn?
Each enemy within a 30-foot emanation must attempt a will save. A creature that fails its save must roll twice and take the lower result on all damage rolls, perception checks, and saving throws. Bro, that
Pretty lit.
that is certainly a thing. That's brand new. I don't think I'm gonna take that though. That's special.
it's a lot.
It's like summoning a fucking temporal fucking cryptid.
Oh no! I found a respell.
Oh, good.
Inexhaustible cynicism.
That's a spell.
I thought that was I thought that was just like
Reese's
a
passive.
yeah. I thought you just had that.
Apparently, it's so that I can hurl it at others.
Sounds like vicious mockery.
I don't know what that gift means, Sam. I can't tell if you're being a bitch at me.
They're being sassy.
Leo, why?
You inflict your targets with a crushing doubt about everyone and everything around them. Wow, it targets up to 5 creatures. For the duration, each target is unwilling to receive any effects that require a willing target.
You turned him into freaking Marvin the Robot.
That's not even new.
Yeah, I forget what it is, but there was another new one that's like you target a creature, they don't see their allies as allies anymore and actively refuse like any assistance from them and no longer count as flanking. And if they
Yep.
critically fail to save, they have to attack the closest creature as its first action. If they cannot attack the closest ally first, then they cannot do anything.
God.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, also, forgot about this. Funny new psychic subtype because psychic came out with 6 subtypes because they fucking love that class. One of them is black mage from Final Fantasy 14, where you just
Okay.
alternate between fire and ice to
Nice.
get
Ooh.
boosting stacks.
Sounds fun.
Hmm.
Reese can just cast telekinetic spells, I guess, because they're a cult.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing stops you from doing psychic spells. Just make sure they're not the telekinetic focus spells for what the telekinetic psychic.
Yeah. Is this new? I feel like everybody's just like chilling.
Oh yeah, we
mean-
just do.
I mean, do we have to not be chilling? Cause like,
I'm
Yeah.
looking at items, and I found an item called a shade hat. And I'd like to imagine Tomas buying one of those really,
Oh.
really big, wide-brimmed straw hats and just
I'll
vibing.
show you chilling.
Like that wide hat of the fucking lady that makes that has like the salsa fucking TikTok
Oh.
for like elbow dropping the fucking
God damn it.
onion slicer.
Yes.
Dude, why can't we do
The
Yeah, she's
guac when
hilarious.
she was making guac, yeah.
That's what it was, guac.
Yes. She's awesome.
Uh,
If he throws half, he doesn't get.
But yes, you guys have fuck tons of money, so feel free to spend it however you would like.
I don't know what to buy.
Same.
Fucking
What
mood, dude.
a fucking moon.
Like there is a thing that I kind of want for Reebs, but it's a little too expensive right now.
Yeah, you can
Um,
hold off because you'll be getting some more money after the next mission. Don't you fucking worry.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I'm also looking at some other things. I'm just like,
It's a psychic
eh.
cantrip.
Like it's what I both appreciate and it's kind of, well, aside from things like the Apex items, a lot of the stuff is just kind of like, here's a neat niche thing this thing can do. It's not exactly overpowering, but it's neat.
Yeah, most of the items are like, this is neat.
Yeah.
I bought booties for my cat.
Fucking mood. The last thing Cafel spent all of his money on was a collar to make his fucking shark small, so she wasn't a threat to society.
I laughed
Also,
so
so
hard.
he could carry her.
I laughed so hard when he bought that because that's the one I use
Shark.
on Maya.
Cafel has a shark cat.
All right then.
Hold on, I'll get you a
Speaking of
picture.
shark cat, what up, you little bitch?
Like the shark puppy thing.
Yeah.
A shuppy.
Sheppy.
Shark puppy.
Where is it? I know they put out a new one
Every
today.
time, because of Matt, every time I see a spell that says incapacitation, I immediately just forget it exists.
Wow, just because every single fucking mission you guys go on has a
Yeah.
boss at the end of it.
Yeah, every mission has a boss at the end of it, and what are bosses not affected by, Matt?
I mean, they're affected by it. Their saves are one level higher.
Yeah, Matt.
Ooh woo.
Yeah.
It's and you know, it's not like almost all of my spells require a save, right? Like what? Fuck you.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Okay, that's
Damn.
Wanna-
adorable,
Sure.
Matt.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if anybody is qualified to talk about incapacitation effects in this room, it's me.
Yeah.
Shark Kitty is adorable. Okay.
Shark
Stun
bitch.
has worked.
It has.
Sometimes.
Under weight of numbers. That's why it exists.
Now imagine if like that stun was in every single one of your things.
Wait!
Hi, mister.
Those are some big words for a little cat.
Also, if anybody has anything they would like to do, be aware you have a week and 3 days of downtime.
Aw, shit.
3 days.
Yeah, it's taking you guys a little longer to recover now that you have all the extra souls jam packed. Reese, you're fine. You're just chilling, but some of your friends take a little bit longer.
Yeah, some of us are a little out of space.
Matt!
Reese just straight up vibing.
Tomas is a fucking just dead bitch on the floor for like a week straight.
Wait, no, can I start a second house then? I
Yeah,
thought
that's
I only
fine.
had 7 days. Fuck yeah!
I think Reeves just straight up sleeps for 2 days because Boyd had a rough time, and also he has a whole circus of people inside of him.
You guys open up Reeves' rooms and just hear carnival music and close the door.
Beep 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 beep.
Like, you try to trace where it's coming from. It's coming from his wide open mouth.
Yeah, instead of snore, it goes.
Just
That's
Nara
a
putting
psychic
soundproofing
spell.
in your room.
That's a psychic spell. This is horrific.
But yeah,
Yeah.
What's this? Ah! What is this?
when Reeves isn't dead, um, he is, you might find him in the training room, and um, and he is basically making many attempts at charging at a striking dummy and running face first into it.
And we appreciate him for it.
That's
Lee,
a
what are you
focus
doing?
spell. Nope.
I just had the image of Tomas walking by, carrying like a pile of lumber and looking at Reeves like, what the fuck you doing?
I almost have it. I've almost connected the dots, Tomas. It's so close.
Reese walking by in the distance. You haven't connected shit.
I
Yes.
understood that reference.
Sorry, I had to. It's my favorite reference.
I've seen that gif so many times. I actually know what
It's
that
so
is.
good. I love BuzzFeed Unsolved.
So everybody, like, where's Tomas? Ah, he's probably face first, dead in the ground. Tomas building a house and a half in a week.
Tomas befriending dragons.
What are you talking about? There's no such thing.
Don't fucking lie. 2 weeks space. Oh yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
I got Mighty Dragon Shape.
Yeah.
Does that mean I can do the thing? Cast
Yeah,
spells?
let's just say that that funny thing that Argith did to you gave you a little bit of a jump start.
Cool. I can cast spells. Well. Finally.
And now Reese has ascended to the menace status.
Yes. I'm so sorry.
The only mage in the party cheering about being able to cast spells.
Listen, man. No,
It's okay. Lana bullies me by teleporting across the battlefield to punch the mages. Wolf bullies me by turning anything I put in front of him into red mist with power attack. Reeves bullies me with pile bunkers. Mika bullies me with being unkillable.
Despite some of your best damn efforts.
I got so close, I almost drowned you to death at one point, but you lived.
You did. There was some
Uh,
blood going on.
and finally, Reese could just fly and cast spells like the menace that he is.
Matt's looking forward to this. I can already tell.
Sure.
Matt loves flying.
You're level 18. I'm surprised it hasn't bullied me yet.
I try not to, because I know you
Yeah.
hate it.
It's okay. It's just annoying to plan for on low level encounters. At this point, fuck it.
We're fighting literal gods. He's like, all right, fine, I'll up the
No.
stamina.
You can have a little flight as a treat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there isn't a god that's gonna look up and be like, oh well, they're in the sky, nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Time to wrap it up.
Reese is just gonna get fucking suplexed by somebody. I can feel it in my bones.
You want a kiss?
That's why Reese mostly just uses it as a mobility aid.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, I'm 99% certain Matt's gonna have some fucking god come out of the sky and just suplex Reese for like 1,000,000 bludgeoning damage.
I mean, it has happened.
That's.
Does Reese pop back into human form once if the dragon
No!
form?
No! If he falls unconscious in dragon form, he's unconscious.
Okay, because I didn't think it was like a polymorph kind of situation, but
No. In Pathfinder, I guess polymorph doesn't work like it does in 5e. That's your HP pool.
okay, I was.
Yeah, when you polymorph, it usually gives you a little bit of temp HP. It's polymorphing is more for utility rather than I'm just going to slap like 500 HP on myself with every single spell slot I use to polymorph. You
You know-
cannot be a transmutation tank, unfortunately.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Moon
There's a
Druid
few-
wouldn't work in PF2E, sadly.
Stares at Theodorus.
Theodorus has drinking a bunch of funny juice, okay? The transformation is not why Theodorus is strong. It's the 4,000 potions that give him fast healing 300.
I am tempted to get rid of scrying because we've never used it, but as soon as I do, we're going to need it.
That's up to you.
He's such a funny man.
Hey, you're funny at me all the time for Kafel, okay?
Well, that's why I'm only grousing about it and not actually mad.
Would Scrying be useful for any of the mission sets that are
I don't
upcoming
think
often?
so, really. Like, I just. Scrying probably won't even work at this level.
It's being blocked against like everything else.
Hey, you scried on your stupid brother.
That
Torsat?
Torsat, yeah. He threw a
Listen,
throwing
he's
axe at it.
stupid.
He's dumb as a box of rocks. I love that man.
And he still managed to do something about it.
Somehow.
I mean, He's a high enough level dragon that he basically has true sight.
This doesn't do enough for me to like care about. I don't think.
At some point, Cornelius is gonna get a knock on his door.
Mm-hmm. Hello, is anybody there?
Hi, I require your strongest automaton.
He just claps his hand together and go, explain yourself?
Um, okay, so I might have hit my head a little too hard on the. He counts on his fingers. 98th attempt to face through reality, but I think I happened upon something else while trying to do that, and I would like to try it out.
Are you going to damage the automaton?
Potentially.
I do need them to do important things.
Um,
I can give you something very sturdy if you give me a day. I cannot give you one of my actual automatons.
something sturdy and can move a little unpredictably might help. Yes.
I have something in mind. Just give me a day to wrap up my work and I will see it to you.
Huzzah! Just go ahead. And have it park itself in the training room.
Will do.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
He just he has that funny look on his face as he just smiles and nods and goes, "Okay." The next day when you go into the training room, there's just this giant metal sphere about as big as you are in the middle of the room.
This is perfect.
As you approach, it just kind of splits in half and then splits in half again. So it's just like 8 little like quadrants of armor just popped up as you see like these wheels pop out along the sides of all directions. And you just hear like the tiny little whirring of motors inside of it. Are you ready to commence training?
Not just yet. Wait right here. In standby mode, thank you.
Standing by.
Reeves goes and fetches everyone else.
Lana's probably already in there. Let's be real.
Lana waking up like an hour before Reeves, like, what the fuck?
She like baps at the sphere and she's like, oh, it's not for me. All right, never mind.
Reeves, what did you build this time?
I didn't build it, but I stumbled across something in my studies. I guess you could call them that. I wanted to try it with everyone.
But Tomas is just gonna pull out his bow and shoot it.
Wait, not yet.
Are you ready to commence training?
Yeah.
As it just ricochets off the fucking plate.
Reeves, you ready
User
now,
not
right?
identified.
Oh, damn it.
Repeating command. Are you ready to begin training?
Um, and Reeves will say, "All right, let's let's commence."
Please stand by. Spectators are recommended to steer clear of the area designated as the training ring. And you just hear the motors start to pick up faster as the orb starts to slowly spin in place and pick up speed until it just starts building up a ton of momentum to the point where you can no longer see the edges of the motors, and it just starts spinning around the entire ring and eventually just starting doing loops around the ceiling and walls as well.
Well, this looks fun.
Doing?
I don't know. It's fantastic.
Reeves, what the fuck is it?
I don't know. Ask Cornelius later.
Okay, what are we doing here?
I want all of you to try attacking it.
I already did that.
All right, just one part of it, or just like what are we doing here?
I just need one. I just need one. I just need one round of volleys. Just for a baseline.
Don't gotta tell me twice, because
All
Cornelius
right.
is gonna limber up and try and go take a charge at it.
Yep. So you get a good idea of the path on it, Mika, and then just charge up and try to intercept it with a swing. Roll me a hit. Nice. All right, roll me damage. So you guys see Mika take the initiative, like, I'm used to this. You're used to weird fucking Cindergate tech. You just run up and you guys hear a dink, like a fucking metal baseball bat, as the thing just kind of ricochets off the hammer a bit and just spins around to the side, like wobbling a bit before it just catches and keeps moving.
Oh, this
But you
thing's
do see it. You do see it obviously thrown off its momentum a bit by the force of the impact.
this thing's fun.
Tomas is gonna squint at it. And he's gonna crouch for a moment and pull out his bow. And it keeps moving, right?
Yep.
Um, he's gonna take his best chance at hitting it within a 10-foot radius. And he's just gonna do a volley of arrows, because I can do that now. It's that -2.
God bless. Excuse me. So you guys just see Tomas pull out, just knock like 5 arrows simultaneously as he gets a good judge on it before quickly loosing it and firing another 2 rounds, like almost within a second. As you guys just see a stream of arrows just pepper the loose area around the orb, and you just hear tink 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 as a couple of them ricochet off it. Roll me damage.
And some of it is shock.
Nice. So you hear like a pained whirring noise and like the grinding like before it finally snaps the arrow that got lodged into it, and you see it like spin out a bit and just crash hard into one of the walls for a second before it rolls back out, and you just see it kind of chunk out the piece of the arrow before it resumes its path.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill that thing.
Um, but by that point, like Lana's like kind of starting to trace it, and like her eyes are starting to get a little big, and she just like kind of kneels, and then she just kind of like sprints after it to just go to try to just land her flurry on it.
All right.
So she'll go 1
Hey,
and 2.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Cat sees something spinning, something round, needs to hit the ball.
Roll me a fucking crit. Roll me damage.
I'm upset that this is on like a fucking joke fight and not like something we're actually gotta. There we go.
This is who
So,
we are as
Amazing.
people.
you guys see Lana run up to it and just catch it with a hard knee to the underside of it and just knock it up off the ground for a moment before she just spins around and just palm thrust it and just ricochets it off the wall with the force of the impact as you see it just kind of crash across the floor and skid out for a bit for a second. And you see it kind of just spinning idly on the ground until one of the treads on it finally catches and it spins back up to speed and keeps going. But this thing, you guys have seen obviously like pretty heavy dents in the plating, but it seems like the internal workings are still going.
Lana just kind of lands and she goes, "What the hell's this thing made out of? I've hit that thing harder than anything I've hit in my life."
Wow, I thought you were actually going to break it before I could do my thing.
This will be fun.
Reeves, do you need us to hit it more?
Uh, no, I think that's a good baseline. I got a good read, a read on this thing, and so it was Tomas, Mika, Lana,
Yep.
and I guess I'll give it to myself. not sure how to flavor this.
All right.
Kind of, huh? Kind of reads kind of like Tomas's thing, like hit him in the kidney, or well, in this case.
Yeah.
Um. So, Reeves, as you're watching all of this, you don't call out this time because you're just trying to get a sense for how it works around you. But essentially, as each of them goes out, you look at them, and it's almost like you see like movement branches of them, of like dozens of split um, timelines in which they try out different methods of attack, and you see some of them whiffing completely, and some of them landing even harder than they had struck previously. It's just all of the variations of how they could go about doing something just emerging from your eyes, and normally your brain wouldn't be able to process it, but due to the effects of the spell, you're able to absorb this insane amount of information and just distill it down to you seeing these um, what paths seem to work out best as everything else fades, and just you get a pause in reality for a moment as you just replay them over and over in your head until you see the best possible routes they could have taken each.
Okay. Um. Um. I think with that, I think Reeves is going to take a shot on it and try to line it up into one of the very successful paths that he saw.
Yep. All right. So roll me twice to hit.
Wow.
How many creatures do you get to target? Oh, 4. I see it.
Up to 4 creatures. Yep. And are you doing a shadow strike with this?
He's going to attempt to do so.
Yep. Roll me your second hit as well. Twice.
That's a bit better.
There we go. All right. So, as you hold your arm up, uh, you thought you had a pretty good grasp of it. Other people do it. As you raise your arm up, you just see. It almost seems like your arm seems out of phase for a moment as it splits into like 100, maybe even 1,000, like minute aim adjustments, and you try to process all the information simultaneously, and it kind of just throws you off for a second. You panic fire a shot, and it ricochets off the armor a bit and seems to like destabilize it as it's up the wall, and it kind of just resets itself and keeps going, but pauses for a moment when it hits the bottom to readjust the treads. And taking advantage of that moment, you guys just see Reeves blink. Like you guys just look down and he's gone for a moment until he just appears right next to the creature and lands a solid hit as you just jam the blade into the side into one of the treads. You just hear something dislodge within it as you just smash skeleton key into the inner workings of it. And roll me damage on the second hit. There we go. So, as the blade distends into it a bit, between all of the damage of you ricocheting this thing around, it seems like it's built to take a pretty hefty beating. But you just hear some of the motors starting to die out a bit as it winds down a bit and says, sorry. Training session successful. Please wait. Unit on standby awaiting repairs. Signal sent to headquarters.
Aw, kind of feel a little bad for the thing now.
Reeve kind of lands on his back.
Yeah,
Ow.
as you pull the weapon free, you kind of like, oh wait, this thing was bigger than me, shit, and you just kind of fall back, kind of unused to the jump, a little disoriented from the effect of the strike. And
Uh,
then it's gone, and everything is back to real time for you.
I'll Ow, my head. Ow.
That was interesting.
You all right there?
I'm fine, Lana. I'm fine.
Oh, you can see Sarah now. That's great.
I don't think that's what's going on. Oh god. Ow.
Oh, is this you connecting the dots?
Uh, um, kinda. Me doing that blinking maneuver was me connecting the dots. I'm glad that worked. Oh gosh, I'm seeing like, oh gosh. Maybe I should have tried it. Well, I don't think you guys really needed help with landing your hits, but at least it helped me there.
Oh, yes. So now that you understand it, you have the sensation that you could probably project that same sense that you saw onto other people. So when they get the spell cast on them, they see all those myriad timelines as well.
Oh, I see, I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Or give you a little chance to be nice and busy.
Yeah, that
One
is
hand,
one of the. Sorry, go ahead.
on one hand, I would be like, Tomas would be like, Reeves, what the fuck was that? But at this point, he's so used to the bullshit. He'd be like, cool. I'm gonna go build more houses. Have fun
Thank you
with,
for yeah.
yeah,
Thank you for indulging me.
have fun with your
Uh,
death ball.
well, no more fun now. Uh, we, we kind of broke it.
Give Cornelius a couple of those. Those will be fun to train with.
Yeah, I got something else I want to try that I think are lame. So,
Oh,
um, yeah, death. And he'll just grin and leave.
but Tomas, we all know that.
I'm perfecting it. I'm connecting the dots.
Are you connecting them with arrows?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh God.
I maybe got that now.
Amazing.
Wow.
I am excited.
But now you
Uh,
understand why Cornelius doesn't give you his expensive machines.
yes, 1000%. When that one is repaired, or at least, Reeves would like to invite people to the training room to, maybe just get some basic maneuvers in. So
Yeah.
when he deploys the thing, people know what to do with it.
Yeah. So just over the course of the next week, people are given toe dips into how that spell works, so they don't immediately get disoriented and throw up in the middle of combat.
Yeah, speaking of which, Reeves excuses himself while, like, to go find a reciprocal for his vomit.
Turning extra green.
Yes.
Make sure
It-
your vomit doesn't start moving.
Hmm.
well, what we'll do? What?
All right. So, uh, I believe we've already gone over what Miko is doing with her downtime. Does anybody else have anything they're mechanically doing during their downtime?
I guess I could
Uh,
craft.
I suppose mechanic would that also be like purchases and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm getting armor runes, so I suppose can add those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you guys are getting for free using your free item, feel free to add. If there's anything you're buying, feel free to run it by me.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm getting an anti-magic rune and an invisibility rune.
Hell yeah. Wolf's
Jason, I
just
think
vegging
it's
out as. Oh god.
Throwing water on Tomas.
Oh, you wanna know how you have to where you have to be to throw water on Tomas?
Where?
In his city helping him build a house.
Oh!
Are you throwing water on Reese?
Wait. Could
I'll kill
Wolf
you.
help with that?
Yeah.
Okay, Wolf will go help Tomas.
How many houses can I build in 9 days with 2 people?
With Wolf.
If you were able to build 2 houses
I was able to build a
by
house
yourself.
and a half on my own.
Wolf, roll me an athletics check.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
In comparison, think.
Why haven't you been
my
asking
God.
Reese to help with this? He's at least trained in athletics.
I think at this point Tomas just assumes that Reese knows he's welcome to come if he wants.
yeah, you have to tell him when you're leaving for that to affect, though.
Yeah!
Yeah, Tomas is just always gone.
Reese is just. This is why he's mad. This is why Reese is mad all the time.
Wait, no, didn't they have a fight about this?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I thought they did.
No.
Oh.
Wait.
They were too busy
No,
having
they
fights
did.
about other things,
They did.
maybe.
They did
Tomas
have a fight about this.
would tell him when he leaves.
Some
Because they
point during
already fought about it.
Shocked
At some point
Pikachu
during the
face.
week, Lana will just be like, "Where in the world did Tomas go? I haven't seen him in like the last month."
Reese
Reeves
flipping a page in his book. He went to his city.
Reeves bursting out of his workshop with like a wheelbarrow full of various gadgets and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I was making some stuff to help with that.
Aren't we like not supposed to leave the observatory because of the whole soul thing, though?
I think we're technically just supposed to rest. But fuck if I know.
Do you think any of the gods want to try to stop Tomas?
So I would like to make a crafting check to up the success rating of whatever they're doing.
Alright, roll me a crafting check. Hey. About halfway through the week, Tomas, when you go to pick up supplies, you see a crate full of various nails and tools to assist you with assembling various structures around your city. They vaguely smell of alchemist's fire and smoke.
Tomas squint at them for a moment. Like,
They don't look like they're in danger of burning. They just look like they've been in proximity to fire.
I'll be like, this is fine. Shouts out, thanks, Reeves! Takes him and leaves.
You're welcome.
With both of them assisting, I'd say you could probably manage 4.
4 houses? Oh shit, man. Okay. I need to take another 300 gold out real quick.
Yep. Wolf, roll me a perception check.
Can do. Uh,
So as you're working like towards the end of the week, you're working on getting the 3rd house together. You guys are working in like the same like area cluster. And as you wrap up for the day, and it's like it's getting close to about the time when you'd get picked up. And you look around, you're like, there's no point really starting on that other house. You should probably go clear that rubble out of the way that you've been having your eye. And you just look over, and there was this huge piece of rubble that was just sitting in the street, about maybe a foot taller than you, and not necessarily thick, but just like a lot of it lying around. It's gone.
Me knowing where that went.
What?
it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Would that have been the same day that Tomas brought Reese to check things out, I'm guessing?
Tomas probably would have brought Reese after, like, he noticed. I don't know if it's the same day that Wolf notices, though.
Tomas, based on your previous checks, you've noticed this been happening throughout the week.
Yeah, Reese already knows. We'll just look at Wolf's like, what's up, buddy?
But let me get this straight. There was a giant thing here. Now it's just gone.
Yep, a giant pile of rubble taller than you.
Tomas, why is it gone?
Oh. Oh. Reese's sister is bullying him. Come on. Come with me. And he's gonna go show Wolf the pile Tala's making.
So in the backyard of the manor at the top of the city, is this giant mountain of rubble, and then a single large flat piece of stone with something carved into it in Draconic. It
What
looks
That
like it
says,
was clawed into stone.
Reese's
oh.
family is special.
So I might have a guardian dragon of my city. Now, unsure. At the moment, she's basically not killing me because she thinks I'm too stupid and entertaining, therefore. But that says Reese's Horde on it.
It doesn't say
No, it
Reese's
doesn't.
Horde.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
the E address is Horde on it. I'm sorry.
Which sister is this?
The one we fought.
Tala.
The
The,
the
the one
quiet
that can't
poison
talk.
one? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right then.
Menace.
Ross is just grinning up at Wolf. He's like, I made a friend.
Reese
Wolf
isn't there.
is
Reese isn't there.
Wolf is just blinking at you right now, and
Mhm.
dumbfound. I'm not surprised. Look, he's gonna pat you on the back, and he's gonna go back to work.
Tomas just starts cackling.
Smart decision, Wolf.
Me not want to be a part of dragon family antics.
Really, only Tomas does. And that says
Tomas
everything you need to know about Tomas.
thinks they're neat. He also maybe afterwards stood on the top of his temple and screamed in the air in a hopes that Phelan heard him. That if a green dragon happened to show up to not kill them, maybe. Depending on what they were doing.
Bunch of fucking okay.
Gremlin bottom of a man.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to manage mechanically during the week?
It's not really mechanical, but Reese is going to be practicing spellcasting in dragon form throughout the week, and it's going to be noisy.
Yeah, you guys hear somebody doing Skyrim fucking Thum shouts outside of the fucking tower.
Hell
Giant
yeah!
bassy language. If you don't speak Draconic, you do not understand it, as there's this giant bellowing voice, and then explosions outside of the tower. Nara seems unfazed by it if you go to check on her. On the second day of it, when you're inside the tower, you no longer hear it.
Didn't I pick up Draconic? I did.
I mean, he's just casting spells in draconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not
Lot
saying
on
anything.
You look outside, and there's a giant you know what Dragon Reese looks like, and he's just sitting there and just shouting something, and then suddenly trees explode.
Reeves just nods, is like, yep, that's classic Reese.
All right. Anything else, or are we all good to move on to the discussion?
I have a mechanical question about my Arrow of Death.
Sure.
Does a crit double the 10d10 too?
Uh,
It doesn't say.
Just yeah, fortitude thing, but
I will check on that actually. Hold on.
Okay.
Side note, I have a roleplay thing, but it can be after this discussion because it's not time sensitive or anything, and it doesn't involve PCs. So
One sec. People asking the important questions.
Is it that do the 10d10 crit double?
All damage always gets doubled unless the damage is a result of a crit.
Eee.
I
That's
just,
disgusting.
I just
Christ.
Okay.
Nice.
That's additional damage.
Uh-huh. That's silly.
Yeah.
If Tomas crits, that's 20d10 damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I also have a fun little once per day thing to go with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of shiny new once per day things, Lana no longer carries Dawnblade around with her. She's kind of back to the way she was before, where she's just kind of armored up but doesn't have a weapon. But what she does have instead is right on the back of the palm of her gauntlet is like this big ass like glowing white crystal that just seems to be hanging out right now.
Lots of new sparkly.
Where'd you get that? Reeb says through while chewing a mouthful of what appears to be a muffin.
I got it from just it's a material for a new trick I learned. You'll see it at some point. It's not exactly one to, show off my amazing new things outside of really dramatic serious moments where it would be at its most intense, but it's
You-
a thing.
You're
Trust
really
me.
you're really dying to show it off right now, aren't you?
Um it all good things in due time, Reebs. All good things in due time.
I see. Scrap muffin?
I'm sorry?
Scrap muffin. It's muffins made from scrap.
I think I'll pass.
Or or with scrap.
No, I'll pass. Thank you though.
I heard muffin?
Scrap muffin? Reeb
Sure.
says, gesturing
Now,
towards
is it
like a
just an
basket.
oatmeal muffin, or is it like a muffin bread bowl that is filled with a core of scrap?
The former, though the latter would be hilarious.
Mika would probably just chow it down either way. It's like, alright. Need a, need a snack after that last bout of fucking.
Oh, in between, mechanically, sorry, in between Reese's bouts of dragonness, he's going to be doing his song thing that gives people boosts to their checks.
Does that boost any of the previous ones?
I'm trying to remember to use it.
Thanks. It doesn't boost anything to critical yet, but I'll keep that in mind for any future rolls. Right. And you said you had something you wanted to do?
It can wait until after the discussion is just Reese is going to visit AV for a bit.
Okay. Any final calls before we pull everybody together for the discussion?
Nope.
All right. So, as the week gets closer towards the end, Nar begins pulling everybody together. And you notice it isn't as full of a crowd as last time, but most of the other squads being deployed are still there. You do note that Zumir and Kabak are not amongst the people that have arrived. Um, Otherwise, it looks like everybody is sticking around. Also, Osek isn't there. He is still chilling. So, as everybody is pulled together into the room, Nara looks over all of you and says, "How are you all feeling?" It looked like the previous deployments had taken a bit of a heavier toll on you than we had seen previously.
Fighting gods will do that to you.
We want to make sure not to overburden you all, but are you back towards what you believe is the fighting state shape?
I feel fine.
Wolf and Reeves helped me build like 4 fucking houses.
Good then. And you just see her eyes kind of like flash over a layer of light for a moment as she scans over all of you. I'm not seeing any sorts of imbalances etherically either, so I think we're good to begin planning the next round of operations. As she spins the orb up again. And Matt pulls up the fun list of missions. Alright. We'll start with an update on the 2 previous deployments that you all went on. Thalen, along with Zumir Kapak and those that had been assisting the Elven lands, are currently still out there, ensuring that the Silver Order is kept at bay and the remnants of the demons in the region are being suppressed. We likely won't see too much of them around in the near future, but they are safe for the time being and doing good work. Without the leaders they had, it looks like most of the tactics they had been employing are falling apart. The elves are nothing if not good at adapting at situations. So they'll be making sure to take every opportunity they can to skirmish the forces down there and whittle down their numbers and take back what ground they can. We're already starting to see the Silver Order recede a bit, so hopefully we'll continue to have good news there in the future. And this may be the first time some of you have seen them in the tower because they've been keeping themselves busy mostly with the other gods and the shield bearers. But you see this large. They look almost like a silver dragonborn, like Nicandros and Lady Eldriness. But there's almost like a duller, more blue tone to their scales as Argith enters the conversation. Yes, and as far as my temple, we're no longer planning on any full engagements there, but the shield bearers have agreed to keep an eye on the situation down there, making sure to do skirmishing engagements with any patrols they have in the region to keep them occupied and focused elsewhere, but also keeping an eye on the Herald and his men to make sure they aren't planning anything else. Hopefully we'll be able to keep them from organizing and mustering their forces elsewhere. Enough time to keep them from becoming involved in one of the other situations, but for the time being they seem content to keep themselves within the wall of the temple. I'll provide any updates as soon as I have them, but for now it looks like the situation there is stable.
Going to guess basically over the once the other team got back and Argus is basically reintroduced. It's like, yep, you guys been forgetting her for forever. Here they are.
It would have been mentioned in passing. This is probably the first time they've been pulled into an official meeting with you. Upon seeing her face, you guys remember all the times you previously have run into her.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Do we remember unintentionally gaslighting Lana?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, Tomas! Hey, Tomas, you remember all the way back when you all said that I got hit in the head by that plank?
Yeah, you did get hit in the head with a plank.
No, I
Tomas,
didn't.
you remember that she did not get hit in the head with the plank.
Yeah, you did get hit in the head with the plank.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's what I remember too, Tomas.
Nuh-uh. You both can shove it. I know you didn't. That thing moved so slow. You kidding me? A disciple of Master Shen would never get caught dead getting hit by that.
I mean, that was like, what, 15 levels ago? You've gotten faster.
What are
What's a
I've-
levels?
level?
Fast back then. Don't you take this away from me. I knew I didn't get hit.
Who got hit?
Exactly. No one. There was no hit.
Wait, who are you?
No one. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Nardis lets out a sigh, exasperated.
This bugged me for the last 6 months, okay? Let me have this moment.
Are
Fair
you
enough.
are you more bugged that we couldn't remember Argif, or more bugged that we thought that you got hit by a plank?
It bothered me, but Arkit's problem is fixed, whereas you guys seem to still believe I got hit in the head with a plank. So really, what's
Plank.
Lana,
the bigger pressing issue today?
Lana,
Yeah,
Lana.
what's going on?
There's this thing called teasing that I don't think you quite grasp yet, but it's okay. I'm sure you'll get there eventually, one day.
Boss has a shit-eating grin on his face.
Reeves holds up a basket. Scrap muffin?
Weakest reaches ever takes
Wolf does the same.
one.
Yes.
Tomas will reach down and grab one by as well.
Wolf will bring one over to Lana.
Reese is not touching a scrap muffin.
Tomas is just ripping off pieces and trying to shove it in Reese's face.
Reese is like, I will kill you.
Do
It's
it.
apple cinnamon.
Don't care.
Okay.
Listen, I'm
Oh.
sure they're fantastic for people that don't have a palate as sophisticated as mine.
Wow. Okay.
Tomas,
I'll be
I'm a
sure to find
picky
some.
eater.
I'll try to fix up some hoity-toity muffins next.
Please
Tomas
don't.
just looking at Reese and laughing. No, you're not.
Shino
Wiggle
squints at
his
you.
eye.
Didn't you eat a kobold?
In dragon form?
Shino gives that
You know?
exasperated, like, hands to the side shrug. Rolls his eyes at you and turns back to the map.
Don't hold the kobold against me. It was a
Mhm.
bad kobold, it needed to die.
Alright. As you're all eating your muffin, Nara rolls up to the next mission objective. And she turns her attention towards, excuse me, Avy and Laundrake. Algo's cold, and Avy steps forward a bit. For now, the defenses are holding. Thanks to everything that you guys passed along to us, we've been able to hold it down a bit better than they were expecting. Taking a few losses here and there, but for the time being, the defenses are holding, and at this rate, it looks like the Silver Order is looking more to keep us in the walls rather than breach them, luckily. We might not be able to hold them back from sending a couple contingents past us, but we'll make sure the city doesn't fall at the very least. And your brother looks over towards you, Mika, and says, and Sis is holding all together pretty well. Has a knack for rallying people to a cause, it seems.
That's a relief.
And she told me to pass along a thanks for sending the gifts her way.
Thought I'd get to catch her in person here before too long, but
Unfortunately, she had to stay behind to make sure things didn't fall apart, but well, this blows over. I look forward to having a pint with the family again. It's been too long.
it'd be more than a few pints.
This gives you a big grin at that. And he couldn't risk joining us and disappearing from the situation he is, but OSEC has passed along a update from Brescia. It looks like people are getting a little bit restless in the city, but so far he's been able to subtly keep things from getting out of hand. Without any nearby settlements to send them to, it wouldn't be a good idea to have people trying to plan any big migrations from the city, so we've been trying to keep them there for their safety for the time being. Unfortunately, the closest safe settlement would be Oliva Olari, and that's through quite a distance of Silver Order terrain, and it hasn't exactly been pacified of demons quite yet, so it is unfortunate, but it is the best we can offer them at the moment. Luckily, it doesn't seem that they've done anything too egregious to the population there. Some minor conscription, but most of the population is still civilian at the time. And Lady Eldrinus steps forward, um, pulling out a notice that was handed to her by the king. It looks like the latest update that we've received from Clearhaven indicates that there is currently skirmishing in the lower cities. It looks like the local lord there, Lord Ranulf, has organized defenses against the Silver Order, and when they tried to impose conscription and curfews on the local populace, they stood up in rebellion. Luckily, the local garrison is relatively well armed for the time being, and they are holding their own, but as more reinforcements arrive from the mainland, it is only a matter of time until Clearhaven is pacified at this rate. We haven't received any further missives from Lord Ranulf, but as far as we can tell from scrying, he is still alive and manning the leadership position of the city for the time being. And then Lynn steps up as the map spins over towards Tripwire. Looks like they're cracking down a bit more over the past few days. Nixie's been stepping up her work and getting a bit more brazen in it. As far as I can tell, they have just about as many leads as I have at this point, but it seems like they've brought someone in from the outside to assist in tracking her down. It'll take them a while to catch up on what's going on, but as the city gets more restrictive and she starts acting more brazen, it's only a matter of time until they find her.
They brought in someone?
Yes, I'm not sure who, but apparently word around the streets is that somebody recently arrived under cover of night to the local garrisons and has been leading up the investigations, taking over from the normal captains that have been leading up the garrison there. I haven't been able to get an eye on who yet, but I'll be keeping my ears to the ground for them while I'm looking out for Nixie.
Hmm.
Uh, as the map spins towards the hunting grounds, Zara steps forward. We've been dealing with skirmishes from the troops they sent up. Unfortunately, a bit more than we would have previously expected. The Kirali warriors with me have been fighting well, but if the pressure keeps up, I'm not sure if we can keep them from whatever their objective is. We haven't been able to figure it out. We were able to repel them this time, but who knows if we will be able to manage it again. Theoden steps forward as it goes over towards Kern Dural. Unfortunately, it looks like shipments have been picking up out of the first forge. As the silver order's numbers swell, we thought they might have been struggling to keep up with production, but if anything, they seem to be bringing more and more of the temple online. It's a bit worrisome, but from what we've been able to tell, it looks like at the very least they have, as I suspected, entered the upper levels of the temple and activated the forges in there. I didn't want to risk getting too close, but from what I saw at a distance, it looks like they were bringing in equipment to blast through heavy reinforcements. If I had to suspect, they probably haven't gotten through to the inner sanctum yet, but it's only a matter of time if they're dedicated to it. As for the ember of the first fort, it seems to be holding out for the time being, but it is growing more increasingly sporadic. I'm able to continue my work for the time, and I imagine you've noticed the same, Mika.
Yeah, it's been going okay so far, at least before, but yeah, definitely not liking it.
I'll keep an eye on the situation, but if I notice anything worrisome, I'll let you all know. And finally, as we spin to Hearthwaite, Zek steps up, taking off his helm and holding it underneath. I've done what scouting I can within the walls of Hearthwaite, but that place is a death trap, to say the least. The minions of both of the gods occupied there at the moment overrun the facilities there, doing all manner of research and arcane production. I haven't been able to stick in one place long enough to avoid the sweeps, so I cannot tell you what exactly they're trying to accomplish, but there's a lot going on there, but they seem to be surprisingly segregated at the moment. Neither the undead nor the bound creatures there seem to be keen on working alongside the other party. The air is unusually tense, not just because of the magic in the air. I feel like something is brewing there, but I can't be entirely sure what. I'm going to try to get a deeper look at what's going on, but it is very unusual, to say the least. And Nara looks around to see if there's any more updates from the team before looking to you all and says, most of our other resources are still dedicated to the missions that they've been deployed to previously. I know you previously stated your intentions for a few of them, but we don't want to spread you all too thin, so if you have ideas on which of them you wish to take priority on, now would be the time. So, as I mentioned at the start of the session, we have two blocks that we could go for. Block one would be Badar at Clearway. Excuse me, Clearhaven, and the other one for that pair being going to the Dwarven Temple of the Smiths and the First Forge and seeing what the fuck's going on there. The other pair would be tracking down Nixie and seeing who they sent to go find her, and working to repel the forces in the hunting grounds from whatever they're trying to get in the holy site of Kirol. And thus, I open the floor to discussions. If anybody has any preference for which missions we go on this week.
Sounds. Much as I want to keep them out of the forge, it sounds like that's going to take them some time to
Don't get me wrong. I I would like to get Nixie out of there, or try to, but um, aside for the argument being made for focusing on efforts with the Kirali, um, uh, I'm not certain if I want to prioritize Nixie right now, but I'll leave. But I want to see how people are feeling about the urgency with say what's happening in Clearhaven.
Yes, the Clearhaven militia at the moment is relatively well equipped. A lot of house guard and other mercenaries that the local lords have in their service, as well as a conscripted militia that's equipped a bit better than most of their training, but they are up against the Silver Order, so it is only a matter of time. The losses haven't been too great so far, but who knows how long the defenses will be able to hold until they're pushed back.
We initially thought this lord might be trying to bait the king into a trap, didn't we?
Oh, he almost certainly is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Reese's
It,
sister all but confirmed that.
Oh?
yeah, Elderness speaks up. Yes, it sounded like it was one of Reese's draconic siblings. The black
Yes.
dragon that you previously dealt with.
My other two siblings don't have many kind things to say about him, and I'm inclined to agree. So,
Ah. I missed that piece.
Tala did say we could get on Badar's side by building him an entire city devoted
we're
only to
not
him, but
doing that.
yeah,
We're
it
not
sounds like a
doing
bad
that.
idea.
So, how are you feeling about that situation? Not worth the spring right now, or
I mean, we've already kicked Badar's ass one time.
does that mean holding off, or just getting it out of the way?
It's not incredibly urgent, I don't think. Not compared to the other ones.
Do you think Torsat would be interested in kicking your brother's ass?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe.
Maybe.
More hands.
As much as I would like additional forces on our side, if he is as dangerous as you say he is, provoking him with another one of his kin who is less diplomatic might exacerbate the situation.
Oh, I don't know what you mean. Torsat is so eloquent and
Reasonable.
composed and not at all violent. What am I kidding?
Didn't he
I,
teleport in? Didn't
I
he
couldn't
fly in
even.
and headbutt Eber?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing though.
Yeah, genuinely.
I loved that. Adored that.
Tala just
Eldred
says hello.
just takes in a heavy breath and just does that eyes closed, silent nod as she just
I'm
holds her
sorry.
tongue.
I'm sorry. I was being sarcastic.
He almost killed me with a tomahawk.
Yep, that sounds like my brother. I hit him back though, like
Yes,
good.
you did.
Like headbutted him in dragon form, kind of hit him back. It was good.
How?
I think I chipped a tooth though.
I guess it kind of comes down to who can hold out, who can't hold out much longer. It would be good to keep the flames going. If we're wanting to not try and hunt Nixie down at this point, but the Curella do need help, so I'm not sure which way that is the best way to go with this.
Wolf, how are you feeling about the situation in the hunting lands?
Well, you see, Reeves. The Crawley are a strong folk.
What the-
David.
Damn.
can't tell if you were making a joke or if you were mocking Wolf.
That one. It's because you were quiet for a second. Sam was being a butt.
Well, Sam's in real bully mode lately.
Yes.
Out of this channel.
I woke up from a nap.
And chose violence.
Well, how about you go take another nap? All right. Get
Don't
out.
tempt her.
Just Yaskir. Just you need a
Is this
nap.
Reeves checking in? Wait,
Reeves was asking how you feel about how important the priority of the Kirali mission is compared to the other ones. Like, if you think it should be prioritized over the other options you guys have.
Reeves, I have a bit of emotional stake in the hunting grounds at this point, but don't really want to let that get in the way of priorities. So I think
It
whatever you
sounds
guys
like pretty
find.
much. Sounds to me like pretty much everyone is, caught at the door saying, "Oh no, you go first. No, you go first." I think we should pretty much just kind of pick a couple of things that just go first, and
Well, let's put it
You're
down
all at the door.
logically.
selfish.
We're going to the hunting
Logistically.
grounds.
Okay. I guess we're going to the hunting grounds. I was just gonna say logistically, which one is more time sensitive?
Pretty much what I was asking.
I don't
yeah.
think we can really tell, unfortunately.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure Badar can wait.
well, like Wolf, I also have a. I mean, I'm sure we all have emotional stakes in this, but I'm getting really antsy about the situation in Tripwire. But I realize that the other things might be a bit more, not to put it too coldly, perhaps a little more strategically advantage. But if you're
If we're
willing to,
talking exclusively strategically, delaying in the Clearhaven mission could result in casualties to the militia there. If we were able to strike a alliance with Badar, their forces would be more diminished the longer we wait. The longer we take tracking down Nixie, the more we risk running into more dangerous threats there. Based on what Lynn has been providing, and Lynn nods at this, it seems that Nixie is drawing the attention of rather dangerous eyes upon herself. It could make the situation there very difficult to complete, but unfortunately, I don't think we have the resources to liberate Tripwire itself. The garrison there is a lot larger than anything we've had you guys previously deal with.
of course, put one of the larger garrisons in the Goblin settlement. Yes. Um.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Wasn't Nixie trying to kill you?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was.
I mean, sure, but um,
Is this like another
uh,
sibling situation where it's like trying to kill you out of like love and affection?
I'm not necessarily. Um, I think she's just hurt and confused, and um, and I didn't realize it at the time, but what I did in our first interaction with her was kind of fucked up.
Can Reese roll something to get a gauge for Reeves's mental state right now?
Yeah, I kind of want to do the same.
That would be a perception for insight.
Whoop.
Can I do that with them?
I don't
With
mind if
what?
you. I don't mind if
Okay.
you. Yeah. Please do.
Oh shit, hold on. I need to reload. I forgot my internet went down.
Reese, squinty face. Also Reese, natural 2.
Hey, 29.
Jesus Christ!
Wait, did it roll for me?
Oh,
What?
no, that's
Oh,
That's Reeves.
Reeves. That's funny.
oh god.
Perfect.
Cool. um, Reese
You
just
get
wants to know how Reeves is feeling about his mission.
I still want to roll.
Okay.
yeah. Let Tomas roll, and then we can
Sorry.
figure it out.
I just had to reload.
I was mostly just elaborating on what I was looking for.
Welcome back, buddy.
Hi. Okay. Seeing as though my modifier on perception already beats that for Reeves.
Jesus. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So first for Reese, high level, like one word emotion.
Anxious.
That's what I thought.
And now for the critical success. How you feeling, buddy?
He really wants to go.
Okay. Tomas is gonna look at Reese and be like, it's probably terrible to say this about innocent militia people, but they're also kind of on Badar's side and would fight with him.
I mean, yeah.
So if they're weakened and he turns on us, it's not the worst thing in the world.
And
I was thinking
besides,
similarly.
So
if we're during the last mission, I applied the logic that every high-level divine person we might have even a stone throw's chance in hell of bringing over to our side is worth their weight in gold. I mean, if Reeves can make things right with Nixie, that would really be a big help to us, right?
they're not wrong.
Yeah, I think we should probably go.
And
Agreed.
Tomas
mean-
is just gonna give Reeves, like, you know that look that a person gives when they are not one to show soft emotions often, and they want to hide the fact that they're like, I get you, buddy, because they don't want the other person to be like, I guess like embarrassed would be the best word that they're having soft emotions.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
They're
gonna look
giving
at
him an
Reeves.
emotional out.
Yeah. You're like, I think it's probably best we go get Nixie. And
Yeah, I was leaning towards that anyways.
it means
Reeves tries to put on a. He tries to keep his face kind of even and stony face.
I kind of want to
And
roll that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna get worse than Tomas. Yep.
Okay, keep going, Sophie.
But I wanted to roll anyways.
but he is very relieved. Like,
Besides, oh sorry,
yeah,
keep going. I'm sorry.
like with both your critical successes, you can just kind of intuit that he's trying to like not bring his emotions into this and to kind of try to prioritize what everyone else wants.
Hmm.
But he really wants to go.
Besides the fact that Tomas is gonna steeple his fingers and look at Zara, this means I get to emotionally bully people that may or may not have been cruel to one of my friends. And he has a shit-eating grin on his face.
Well, we'll
Reese
see
is-
if you can crack their conscience. It would be a first.
If not, I can crack their heads.
That I doubt.
Who do you want to crack?
I appreciate your ferocity. Tomas, but. And she just kind of like gestures towards your arms. I'm pretty sure most pups could beat you in a fight.
Hey, Tomas.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send word to Torsat and see if he'll go with you?
Yes. He's already out there.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Hold on. I gotta make
Tomas
a
is gonna look at Zara like, Mom, is that okay?
That's one of Reese's siblings.
Yes.
Yes, the dumb one.
A devout Kiral worshipper too.
He is, yes.
Zara looks a little confused at that.
He's, how would one say it? A bit of a fan.
Fair enough. Things are difficult enough that I would not shy away from any assistance offered as long as they are reliable.
Okay, let me type out a message real quick.
Hey, not that I mind which way or the other, but where am I going again? I'm kind of just I'm cool with getting pointed wherever. I just wanted to know.
So, if you guys want to keep with the current layout, it would be Reese, Reeves, Lana in the tripwire mission to go after Nixie, and it would be Tomas, Wolf, Mika going up to the hunting grounds to go protect the Kirali site. Anybody but Reeves and Wolf can pick somebody on the opposite team, and if you want to work out an agreement to swap sides, you are free to do so. I don't think Tomas is going to be swapping sides, though, so good luck.
Mika's fine either way, I think, with this one.
Yeah. It's either slapping around Silver Order in the Frozen North or
Slap around
doing a bit of
Silver
sneaky
Cave.
infiltration and then probably smacking around Silver Order in the Goblin City.
Well, if it's sneaky and infiltration, Lana will be better at it than either of the big burlies. So
This is true.
true.
Six, 7, 8.
So
Wait, is it the Reeve ones that's sneaky?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be Reese, Reeves, Lana on the sneaky stealth mission, sneaky investigation mission.
Oh my gosh, I got it exactly 25 words.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna send this to Matt.
Thanks. All right. So it sounds like the teams are decided. And Zara nods at you three, Tomas, Wolf, and Mika, and says, "Your assistance is appreciated. Just expect a very different picture than the one me and Ganar have painted of the Kirali.
I'm expecting assholes. Is that a different picture?
Expect wolves that have been convinced to be afraid of their own shadow, who would rather take it out on their own than the ones who despise them."
So assholes, got it.
And Lynn looks over at you, Reese, Reeves, and Lana, and says, "All right, I'll get you all together before I head out for the next mission. There's a couple safe houses that I've kept an eye on, so we should be pretty safe to deploy to any one of those."
Cool. It'll be nice working with you for once.
I look forward to seeing your skills in action.
Hmm. We'll see.
She just gives you a big toothy grin and 2 thumbs up. All right. So, with that, let me read the funny little message you're sending to Torset.
Yeah, I tried to keep it short and sweet, but get all the information in there. It's hard to do.
Kirali being bullied. Time to crack heads.
Well, Torset's there. He like
Yeah.
lives there.
Oh, that's true. What
I think-
Alright.
though.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to see how I can get that man to respond and waste as many words as possible.
I think didn't Reese like tell him how it works
I think
last time?
The question is, does he remember?
That's a good question.
Fair.
That's fair. You know, that's fair. Sorry, I was
Let me
giving him
tell
too
you,
much
his
credit.
intelligence is lower than 10.
Oh man.
he's my favorite.
Oh no.
He's a good boy,
But
still
is
a
his
white
wisdom
dragon.
high?
Let me check.
Matt just casually adjusting the number down.
No, I have to see what White Dragon stats are.
Yeah. Dude, Nethys upgraded their search function.
I saw that, yeah.
Mhm.
It's really nice.
His wisdom is 14.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's something.
It's something.
He has some form of intelligence, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Just street smarts instead of book smarts.
Ah, good. Heavy snowfall doesn't give enemies concealment to him. Neat.
Oh God.
Oh,
Haha,
White
neat.
Dragons.
Pretends he's giving them fair warning for like a fair fight. They still don't notice him.
I mean, he has a pretty high stealth. It's his third
Oh,
highest
that's
skill.
oh, that's
Yeah.
scary. That's
White
fucking
dragons are
scary.
like the hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a couple people noticed it last time. His form looks a lot smaller than it is because half of his scales have started to go diamondy, so that he's like semi-translucent at points. So it's
Ooh.
hard to get a read on how big he actually is.
I wonder if he's progressed more.
Well, maybe Tomas will see.
Reese looking at Tomas. You need to tell me how my stupid brother is doing.
I think he's doing better than your sister, but yeah, I'll keep you posted.
I probably
Something
need to
happening
talk
with
to-
them?
Yes. They're some of them are choosing to free themselves of Tiamat's influence. Now
You
that she's
mean
taking a nap.
oh.
Reese is gonna hold up the necklace that he wears around his neck, which has like an emerald scale and a diamond scale. And now has like a little steel scale. Has one of his scales on it too.
Tala's got emeralds around her fingers and half of her face so far.
That's impressive from Tala.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
So them getting gemstones on themselves is a good thing.
Can I roll performance instead of diplomacy?
Oh, right. I forgot about your stupid bullshit.
Can I just roll a? I'll just change the modifier. Hold. Oh, okay. I can do that too.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll get you a little response to that later.
Hey, thanks.
Does the scale necklace thing help by protecting your siblings somehow, or
Nope.
okay?
They just one was given as a present. The other I knocked off of Torsat myself. Kept it as a souvenir. One of them was given. Well, another one was given, and then one's just from me. So
All right.
To answer your question, Reeves, I will not pretend I understand at all how dragons work, but I think it just means that they're slightly less angry.
not necessarily. Slightly less Tiamat-y.
Yeah.
More true to themselves?
Yeah.
Eh.
More
Cool.
true to their original form. Argith chimes in.
Argith would know better than me.
They now more closely resemble Tiamat before she succumbed to madness. In a sense, they are weaning themselves from the corruption that embodies her, even if only slightly.
It's a good thing. It's a
Yes.
very good thing, I hope.
I mean, Tala didn't kill me on sight when I'm pretty sure before she would have.
Reese face palms immediately.
So,
They are still dragons and more prone to emotional whim than most mortals are used to, but there is less of my sister's whispers in the back of their mind. Even in her current state, it's possible she could be whispering to her children, but the less of her corruption there is, the quieter it would be.
So glad I can't hear that.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, last time she was in my head was not fun.
All right. So, got our missions all set up. Does anybody have any final things they want to go over before we wrap up the session for today and plan for time slots?
I got nothing.
I don't think
Even is
so.
good.
I think I'm solid.
Alrighty.
What does my calendar look like?
Yeah, let me go put up the next few weeks. Okay. So that's going to be.
You know, I do so adore how much Reese can't perceive shit.
Yeah.
I felt a little bad because Reeves rolled a 29 on his deception. I'm like, my modifier's 4 higher.
Yeah.
Hey, you still
Ooh.
could have rolled an at one.
I have.
Okay.
Reeves is a bit of a wreck right now, so
Same.
I was picking up on it. That was me rolling to see if Reese picked up on it.
mhm.
All right. Availability poll has been put up.
Hell yeah, clicks all of them.
There are some that I am not for. Let's see.
Yeah, that's why it's up there, so I can schedule people around it.
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm subjecting myself to
Yeah.
a one shot again.
What?
Nice.
Wow, you do hate yourself.
I do.
Oh, for your coworkers?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to kill all of them.
Also, Nara would mention, sorry, Cornelius would mention. Also, we've been making some good efforts in decrypting some of the information. Most of it's a bit of tedium. That isn't exactly anything of note, but we did find two things that may be of relevance to information you previously dug up. The first seems to be revolving around Einar and his allies, as well as the fallout from what happened when he was defeated by his brother. And the others, as Argeth was able to point us to it, is a bit of a tricky one. But it seems to be the personal journal, at least one of the personal journals, of our dear little friend Zyron.
Oh.
Oh.
That one is quite heavily encrypted, so we've only been able to make a little bit of work on it, but we have been able to at least dig out the last few passages. So once we finish cleaning that up a bit, we'll be sure to pass it along for all of you. Might
I'm
not be anything game changing, but any information could help.
I'm surprised he bothered to leave that in there.
He is nothing if not a true member of COS. And there's always the risk of, if he leaves it out there, outside of there rather, that somebody else could have stumbled upon it. Before the
fair.
jester got involved, there was next to no possibility of anybody finding that room. As far as they were concerned, it might have been the safest place, up until very recently.
Yeah, careful with that one though. I wouldn't trust anything of Zyron's only as far as I could throw it.
Probably like his little bitch journal where he lines out his entire evil plan for people to find later, like villains like to do.
Maybe it's his dream journal where he talks about his crushes.
Or it could be his really cringy, teenager poems.
Ooh,
Oh my
that's good.
gosh. Or it could be like all of his like drama mongering about the gods. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Ethos would do this.
I wouldn't say anything that melodramatic, but at the very least it might offer us some insights into the man. For better or worse.
Take whatever it can get. Any clue to
Yeah,
reasoning as to what the hell is going on here.
I agree.
But there is still a little bit of work to be done there, so if there's no more to discuss, I'll bid you all adieu. And Cornelius excuses himself. Alrighty. So, with the way this is laid out, let me double check these reactions. Okay. If that is the case, we will start next week with the key roll mission, and then alternate from there. And we'll just reverse the final slots if we need to go to 3 sessions for either of you guys to
Thumbs up.
make sure that it fits into Mika's schedule.
Sounds Gucci.
Sounds good.
All right. Any final questions for me before we depart?
Would you like a scrap muffin?
I am good at the moment, but I appreciate the offer.
I've got to keep one thing about Reese consistent, and it's that he hates scrap.
Okay, so okay, that tracks then.
It's
Reeves
more of
like
him looking at it and he's like scrap muffin and just instantly
Ugh.
more flashbacks to having to eat scrap for like 3 months on the road after being a bar and probably like the culinary capital of the world.
Yeah. Reese like never again. Not even once.
Never
not
again.
even once.
But yeah, good session, everybody. I very much look forward to seeing where we all go from here. But if there's
Having a
nothing
good
else,
time. Having a good time.
yeah, you're all gonna have a great time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whirling
Matt,
around at the
fuck
speed of
off.
chains. Da 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 da
Hey,
da.
you guys did the important
Oh
thing for
wait, I
me,
go gotta
which means
follow
Argeth can participate in the penultimate stuff now, so I get to rework how her fucking breath attack works, and it's super extra now, and I'm here for it.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, enjoy the rest of your nights, and if I don't talk to you again, enjoy your weekends.
you as
Good
well, man.
night.
Good